I've just been through a lot of situations with trying to refinance or modify my house with SunTrust. And it's been 3 years. It's been a lot of frustration, a lot of situations that I went through where I actually got to the point where I just wanted to walk away from this. And knowing that the banks wanted to foreclose on me, knowing that they wanted to take my house, and of course I was going to have to end up just walking away from everything. I got to the point where I just said I had spent already over $5,000 in attorney's fees, and every time the bank just kept coming back that they were missing another document and another document, and this went on for 3 to 4 years almost. It's going to be 4 years. It was actually 4 years before I met Jason and his staff. And my sister was able to get a hold of Jason somehow through another contact, word of mouth, and she got her house modified with them in 3 months. And knowing my situation, knowing everything that I had gone through and trying to get my house modified with SunTrust, and they wouldn't do it. I actually called Jason up, and it was just a relief to know that I put my trust in them, and because everything else had failed me. Everyone else had failed me in the banks, trying to get them to even get me modified even before I had already gone into foreclosure. I had tried with them. I had tried everything. In fact, I remember that I called them and I asked them, I'm getting into a situation. I was just divorced. I had also lost my son. And it was only my daughter and myself at that time. And I told them my situation. I was going through a hardship, and I was working 2 jobs. And I told them, I can make my payments, but can you at least bring the monthly payments cut the costs, or bring the payments down, the principal and interest, so that I can continue making my payments and not, or at least extend the length of the term, or at least for this period of time till I can maybe, sell the house or do something. But the point is that I wanted to continue making my payments. And they actually said to me, no, the only thing that we can do, because you're still making payments, is you're going to have to stop making payments in order to qualify to do a modification. So basically what they said to me is they couldn't qualify me to do a modification unless I went into default. And that was at the beginning of everything, just trying to work with them or having them work with me. So it was almost like every door was closing. Then I found these attorneys, and the attorneys tried to help me, and it took a lot of time, and I put my trust in them. And after 3 years, going through SunTrust, just rejecting it, SunTrust, in fact, there was a point where I made payments, and they sent my checks back because they were going to the courts and they wanted to foreclose me. So it was just a continuous, ongoing situation where they were determined not to refinance, not to modify, and all they were determined to do was foreclose me. So the attorneys would come back and tell me, okay, we need $2,000 more, or we need $1,000 more. We have to go to court and represent you. And it was always, they needed money, and they needed money. And I have all my receipts where it was over $5,000 that I spent on attorney's fees. They were able to dismiss the foreclosure. That they did do. But as far as modifying, they just gave up. They gave up on SunTrust. They said it was going to be something that was going to continue to go on for at least who knows how long. It had been already 3.5 years. And of course, I told my mother, it was my mother that said, you need to call the people that your sister called. Your sister's already is doing her payments. They modified her mortgage. You know, it's you need to give them a call. And I just kind of went to Jason as a last resort. And by that time, I had remarried already. I started a new life again with my husband, and it's now been 4 years that I've lost my son, been through a divorce, remarried, but thanks to Jason, in just 6 months, he was able to modify my house and work with the banks, and it's just been a lot of blessing for our family. It's been so many blessings from God that has helped me, has helped Jason, has helped everyone to get this done, and I'm very thankful, very thankful.